Vegas AT&T Stadium. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. Shedding through the defense, and he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Down, 60 Pittsburgh. Protein spill. Watch the screen. Hey, team 6, team 6. Slam. Now. Motion. 47. Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Church. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
I'm coming. Now.
Back to throw. Church. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Hey, Sam off. Gone. Go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. X3. 218, chop. Rock it. Hey, high 7. Hey, rock it.
Play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eubanks. And this is Cook with a grab. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Eubanks. This will be caught. It's Mack, the tight end. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Recon, 132 fighter. Check 43. Bang, 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 bang. Shoot.
Elliott. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Look at me, zipper. I'm I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Let's go.
To throw on third down. Church nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Okay, ready? 53, Mike. Check. Ready? 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Put up.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. This third down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. They run with Murray. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Ross on the return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Down. 60 or 61. Matchbox light.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey, they're scared. Check 3.
Greystone travel. Let's go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I
smell fear in that offense.
Yo, go.
Watch the run. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Tackles. 50.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Eubanks. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Eubanks. That's complete to Meredith. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
There we go.
From the gun, Eubanks. And this is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
53's the mic.
Hey, Charlie.
Operating from the gun, Eubanks. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
53 is the mic. Bring
Go.
it.
On 1st and 10, Eubanks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Eubanks, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Echo.
53, check 53. 3 buds.
From the gun, Eubanks out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Check pass. Check pass.
Ready.
On 1st down, Church. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
18 Gator.
I'm coming.
Pilot 64, weak. Go.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Let's go.
Now.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Blue draw Corkers.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. It's going to be a long day for you.
Hey, seam 6.
7's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
Fire.
Throwing on 1st down. Church. Safarian Jenkins has it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike's 47.
Hey.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hey, foxtrot.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47. I'm on.
Get it.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
47. Here we go.
Yep.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Too little, come.
Hey. High 7.
47 mic.
2.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Church. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. This is fielded at the 7. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the double.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Check 53, check 24. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
On 1st and 10, Eubanks completes this one to Meredith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Second and 5. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 1st down, Eubanks. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st down, New Orleans.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Back to throw. Eubanks toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eubanks to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hatch, recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, alert 3.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Hey, Delta.
The curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Yo, go.
Hey, keep it up.
Hustle. 5.
Looking to throw. Church. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
49, check 49, check 49.
Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Eubanks. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
61, matchbox, white.
On 3rd down, Eubanks looking deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
2nd and 10. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go. Both 7's the mic. Both 7's the mic. And let's out.
Throwing on 1st down. Church. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Elliott looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
General West.
Check hot route. Hot.
Now. Ready.
They go to Elliott again. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey, Jet. Big river.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Maher able to put this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D. Check 44. Check 44.
6-6. Bullet high.
Let's go. Hey, we got
5.
Back to throw. Eubanks. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. He juked him, and he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Here's the part of that. Get it.
Throwing after the interception. Eubanks. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
53 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, wahoo! 53 is mine.
To throw on second down, Eubanks. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Looking to throw. Eubanks. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
18 Gator, 57 to Mike. Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, Echo. 57, yep. 57's low. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Look at me, zipper. Record. Yes. Here we go. Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57. Yeah.
On 1st and 10, Church. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All day, every day, any day.
Ready.
From the gun, Eubanks. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith, 41 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and that'll make the score 31-13. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Church. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 9-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ready, go. Get it.
Here's Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Shoot. Protein spill.
We got double up.
Hey!
This is Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Saints 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now this throw caught left side. That one good for 26 and a first down.
To Michael Thomas. A gain of 26 yards.
On the double.
First down, Saints.
Check 53's Mike. We got.
Hey, zoom.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, tight. 53's the Mike. 53.
Now.
Throwing on first down. Eubanks. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 1. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Operating from the gun, Eubanks. Thomas has got it, complete. And now look at this, big gain but fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Get it.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike, 53.
A run, it's Murray. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at